Hey everybody, Dr. Second Aid here. You probably have no clue who I am. You just clicked on this video for a tutorial, and that's what I'm going to give you. So let's say you're trying to make a Roblox game, right? And you want to make it first person, like a first person shooter, just a first person horror game. I don't know. You just want it to be the first person. And you look down. Where are my feet? You don't have any feet when you're in first person. That just won't do. I expect a more realistic experience from a Lego brick game. So here's what you're going to want to do. First of all, if you're making a first-person game, you should probably make it first-person. So go to camera mode and start a player, and set it to lock first-person. And next what you can do is go to character scripts, insert object, local script. Now what we want to do is define our variables, local player, game.Players.LocalPlayer. Oops, I got my caps lock on, my bad. Local player. Then local character. This char, I guess, is player.Character. Local RunService equals game GetService RunService. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna first do a for loop. So for I, v in pairs character get children do. So this is gonna go for every single child of the character. It's gonna find all the parts and hats and stuff, but you're just gonna do it if v is a base part and v dot name equal to, or is not equal to head. This is just a squiggly line here at the top right or top left of your keyboard. It's not equal to head. Then, so it's checking if so for every single one of the parts, it's only going to get the ones that are base parts and the ones that are not the head, because we don't want the head to be visible, and we don't want it to have any errors, because you can't set a humanoid to be transparent. So what you're going to want to do now is do v get property changed signal local transparency modifier. Let's put that in parentheses, or not parentheses, quotation marks. Connect function. So what that is going to do is it's going to check for when the local transparency modifier changes. So when you go into first person, and you can also just right here do v dot local transparency modifier is equal to v dot transparency. So basically it's gonna you only need to add it right here. So if it's gonna be a lock first person game, so you can only be in first person, then put it right here. But if it's just gonna be a game where you're switching in and out of first person, you can put it right here in this function. I'm just gonna put it in both for now, since it doesn't really matter. But if it's a lock first person game, then it doesn't matter if the signal is changed, because you just want it to be like this always. So now we can test this out. If we go into here, you can tell that you can see your body, but this, and being honest, this kind of sucks, right? You don't want to look down and see your entire top of your torso. You don't want it to take up a large portion of your screen when you're just walking around. So, oh, by the way, Shift F5 gets you out of the game thing. It gets you out of the game if you're in first person, because you can't move your mouse in first person. Just do Shift F5 and you'll be able to get out. So what you want to do is character.Humanoid.CameraOffset equals vector 3.new 0, 0, -1. So this is what will cause it to be like move your camera slightly forward, so it's not just in your face. Your torso isn't in your face. So because we set the offset to a little bit forward, now it doesn't take up a big part of your screen. It only shows up if you look down. But a problem with this script is that, say you have a wall right here, and you have something important on the other side. If you walk into this, because the camera is offset, you'll be able to see through it, right? You don't want that. You don't want that to ruin the immersion or anything. So what you can do is, here's where it gets a little complicated. So RunService.RenderStepped connect function step. So this is going to run every single frame. And what it's going to do is it's going to make a ray. So local ray equals ray.new. So it's going to start as like at the character.Head.Position, comma, and 2. And here's where it starts to get a little weird. Character.Head.CFrame plus character.Head.CFrame.LookVector times 2, or asterisk 2, whatever you want to call it. Then you're gonna subtract character.Head.Position, then .Position.Unit. So this might look a little scary at first, but I'll try to break it down as best I can. It's kind of hard to explain. So the ray is going to start at the character's head position, which is where the camera would normally originate. That's going to run to where, so basically the C-frame plus the C-frame's look vector is going to like get where it's looking, like where the head is facing, and times 2 means 2 studs forward. And then subtract character.Head.Position, and we want to get the unit of x, because right now it's set as a C-frames, because that's what it originally was. But you want to set it as position, so that it'll work for the ray, because the rays use vector 3. C-frame is not vector 3. And .unit is just, I don't know why you do that, but it's for ray casting. Now, local ignoreList equals character GetChildren. So every single one of the parts in the character is going to be ignored in the array, so like those don't get recognized. What we're going to do is we're going to do local hit pause equals game find part on ray with ignore list. It's a very long function. And we're going to do ray and ignore list. And we're going to do if hit then. So if there's something in the ray where like a wall or something, so between 2 studs ahead of the head and where the head is, we're going to tell if there's a wall there from the ray. And if there is, we're going to do this. Character.Humanoid.CameraOffset equals vector 3.new 0, 0, then negative parentheses. We're gonna, so here's again where it gets a little weird. Character.Head.Position minus the pause, which is a position of where the ray hit the wall, and we're going to do dot magnitude, so the distance from between the head and where it hit. So basically what that's going to do is it's going to set the offset to where the camera is just up against the wall instead of being in front of the wall. And else, so if it didn't find a part in the ray, sorry if you hear my brother screaming, else character.Humanoid.CameraOffset equals vector3 .new 0 0 new 1. So let's test this out now. If you go into the game, now if we walk against the wall, no, my textures didn't load, but if you walk against the wall, there seems to be an error. Let's see, output position, 17. I did not spell position correctly. Or is it position, not positon? My brother's really loud. Position. Jesus, how many times did I write positon? Jesus, I wrote it 3 times. I misspelled position 3 times. Okay. Fine. Fine is not done. Oh, here's another thing I did wrong. This needs to be game.Workspace. My bad, not just game. Oh, I just cannot type today apparently. Alright, there are no more errors. So now if we walk against the wall, hey, you can no longer see through it. Well, I mean, if you look straight down and like walk around it, you can kind of see the floor, but it doesn't really affect it that much. You can't really see what's past there. You can just see the very front of the floor. So yeah, you can see your body, and oh, well, that's a little weird. My shadow. I'm headless. So now if you want like a first-person shooter game, you can run around and, you know, have your arms holding a gun or something, and you'll be able to see your arms, and if you look down, you can see your little feet running. This works with R15 too. I just think it looks better with R6, mostly because the animations in R15 are kind of ass. So yeah, if you liked the video, then like it. If you didn't like the video, okay, bye.